Shut up.
One time. Oh, hello. Welcome to Everyday Experts. I am the maitre d' of the show. Joker, Sir Joker, Achille, Mr. Joker, Mr. Achille, whatever you want to call me. It all works. I'm here. Welcome to Everyday Experts with one of my... Me and Stephanie are good friends. We didn't always talk a lot, but somehow we just always talked consistently, which is pretty funny. I've known Stephanie. We started about the same time at family residences, so it's been almost 10 years I've known Steph, and I've watched her go from, a behavior specialist to, social worker to working in what's called quality improvement. Now she's an operations director, so I've watched her ascend to greatness, and one of the many things that I've seen about her is her strength and her, fortitude and, now seeing her deal with the perils that come with being a mother, a single mother, looking to, shape your kids' lives, and she has two little ones. I'm going to get it wrong. I want to say 5 and 3. I could be off a year or two. She'll correct me when she comes on because that's what she likes to do. We're going to talk about her pursuit for her LCSW, I'm sorry. She wants to get her clinical license. She has her license for social work, but she wants a clinical license. So she has her master's. She's passed the first test. There's a second test. She is a therapist, and she's a very good therapist, very adept. So her quote, "As a mama, you may see me struggle, but you will never see me quit." If that's not the epitome of Stephanie, I don't know what is. So I would like to introduce to you the very complicated, the very strategic Stephanie Levine. Oh, Steph.
Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
Good.
What are the
Thank you
ages
for the
of
intro.
the kids? Of course. What are the ages of the kids again?
You were close. 2 and 4.
2 and 4. That was my first instinct. 2 and 4. Oh, how is it with them going to be starting? Your daughter's going to be starting school soon, right?
She's in pre-K now.
Ooh. So, you ready to take flight?
Yes.
First question. If you could be a wolf, a werewolf, a zombie, a ghost, a serial killer, a vampire, or a witch, which would you be and why?
I know I've been asked this before.
I'm sure you have.
Normally I answer vampire, but I'm going to go with witch since Halloween's around the corner.
Okay. Oh, Lisa Vega! Hi, Lisa Vega. How you doing? So you're going to go with, why would you want to be a witch?
I would like to have the ability to cast spells.
I have a feeling I know some people that you would definitely
Curse.
Hi, Carolyn Corditz. So.
Hi, Carolyn.
So, hey. So we could definitely start right where we are. Patty hasn't said hi yet, but I'm sure she will at some point. Because Carolyn threw the batting because she's biased. She does so I had a poll and she voted for Team Batman over Team Joker, and that's took that personally. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. So let's start with the things that have been going on most recently in your life. How did you decide you wanted to be a social worker?
I have a few social workers in my family. I started with psychology, as you know, and I couldn't do therapy. I had to either go back to school or pursue PhD. And the easier route less stressful route was going back for another master's. Because, hey, who wants to do grad school more than once? This one. But since I already did psych, social work was a lot easier to work through.
That's kind of been, a theme. Hey, John Gippin, what's up, brother? A thematic, through line. Doing things, I don't want to say the hard way, but the more difficult way, more than once. You've had a lot of stuff that you're like, oh, okay. Well, it didn't work first time, so let me try again. How do you get that? How do you have that ability to stick to things, to, persevere? Because you are very strong.
You just have to do it. I decided that, what do I want to do with my career? I hit a roadblock. So I had to think, all right, how can I achieve this? I wanted to do therapy. Best route was social work. And it's such a diverse field, big umbrella, that still figuring out, which population I want to work with, but I can try different things.
So does your mom and dad, did they have a big influence on you growing up?
Yes.
You said there's a bunch of social work. So what was that like? What was little Stephanie Tita like?
My mom works in a school, so that's one route I could pursue. I mean, who doesn't want to have the summers off, right? I would hear stories of certain issues she had to deal with, as I was growing up with kids at the school, and then working at the clinics and working in the field that we work in, just led me to want to do more. There's one thing to write behavior plans and give advice and do some kind of therapy in a limited capacity, but so many people need help. There's just a growing need, and with different issues that are just happening out there in the world, just wanted to see, what I could do.
So, what's your background? I know you speak Spanish, right? So what's your background?
Like culture, like, okay. Mom's side, Spain and Chile. Dad's side, Jewish, a little bit of Latvia, Russia, Polish.
I didn't know that. Hey, Patty. Hey, baby. How you doing? Hey, girl. So Spain and Chile and Polish and Latvian, that's a lot of, I would say, strong cultures.
Really focused on the Spanish side, not so much the other side.
I know.
Right, yeah.
Do you speak any other languages besides Spanish?
No.
Does your dad speak any languages? Does he just speak English? Or does he speak Spanish too?
Oh, he's learned Spanish.
Oh, I'm sure. Besides the curse words, I mean, no.
Yeah, no, he speaks Spanish.
Did your parents speak to you in Spanish growing up? Do you speak Spanish primarily in your household?
I speak with my grandmother. I will speak back to my mother. I've been processing both. Getting yelled at in both languages in the same time growing up. It's great. But yeah, primarily, that's how I communicate with my grandma.
Okay. How old's Gram? Oh, sorry. How old's Grammy?
85, 86, somewhere in there.
Oh, 86. Very nice. So, what role does that kind of play in therapy, being bilingual? Do you do sessions in Spanish too?
Yes.
Ooh.
It was very interesting. It was very interesting doing internships, working with different populations, working with kids in a school, and then working with adults and with the substance population, the undocumented. More so now, I'm communicating with parents and the kids. So I have a mixed bag, and then sometimes my skills are utilized as free. Hey, can you translate? Hey, can you speak to this parent? Sure.
Mhm.
Or if I'm just at the store, people just start talking to me. They just know. I'm like, sure, I'll help you. Yeah.
Is that like when people ask me to reach things up high because I'm tall?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I like that. We'll go back to that a little bit. What were your parents like when you were growing up? Were they strict, or I mean, I know there was probably a chicleta or cocotazo waiting for you around every corner.
Oh, it's like you were there. It's almost like I had three parents because my grandma was with us too. So yeah, strict, but not, not me cowering in the corner or anything. I was pain in the ass.
Well, let's just suppose that because you don't take much shit now.
No.
So go ahead. You were saying that you cower in the corner. You were paying.
No, not cowering in the corner, but I did my fair share of giving them grief and being a pain. But good influences, and definitely wanted to make me achieve, my degrees. Maybe one day, PhD, Dr. Levine. Who knows? We'll see.
Maybe one day. Hold on, Stephanie, don't sell yourself short. Now is this a DSW you wanted to get?
Now probably. Before, when I had the site cap on, maybe the DSW, but down the line.
You say that all the time.
I take so much student loans.
You were like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get my social work. I'm not gonna get my C right now. Oh, I'm working towards my C. You are very. What caused you to be so driven in life? To be so uniquely who you are.
My mom is the strong influence, but I just don't want to struggle. I have been taught that, at least with my skill set, I go to school, learn what you can, impart wisdom and give back. I don't have certain skilled trades to go to a trade school or stuff like that. So for me, I can talk. I was always that that friend that here, give advice. Like, okay, I'm good at this. Let's see where I can take it.
That's awesome. Transitioning to you have a lot of social workers in your house. Did you choose psychology because it wasn't social work?
Yeah. That's for starters. I chose psychology because it was more specific. First experience straight out of high school working in an ICF. I'm like, okay, this is interesting. Let's see. I'd like to learn more. And it opened up the curiosity with, what do these medications do? And oh my God, I'm an AMAB. I know what you're talking about. I know what I'm giving these people. And just this whole, I never really focused on the developmentally delayed population. I knew a little bit about mental health, and then, those areas crossing over each other.
So much.
Yeah.
So much.
So.
If you could have started over, if you could go back and start over, would you have started with not psychology, social work, and followed in your dear parents' footsteps? Would you have done mental health counseling? Would you have done something different?
To make, life a little cheaper. Maybe started over and done social work, because I probably could have achieved a lot more at this point in my career, but I have a lot of knowledge and experience, so can't go back, but it has definitely helped me understand things more, have a better grasp on social work, because I have had the experience with the psychology.
You have siblings?
I have one sister and one younger brother.
Oh, middle child. That explains a whole lot.
Oh, I'm the oldest.
Oldest child. That explains a whole lot. What's your relationship like with your sister and your brother?
My sister and I, she just moved back for being overseas, so we are reconnecting. We don't talk every day, but when we spend time together, it's like we haven't missed anything. That's just how we always have been. If we spend too much time together, we get on each other's nerves. So it's a nice balance.
So it gets to like 4 hours, like, oh no, you got to get out. I'm not trying to talk to you.
Pretty much. Unless we have something planned.
Oh, that's fun. When you told me you were pregnant, and I told you this before, so this is not going to shock you. I was surprised. I was like, you talk to humans? Like, because, and I'm not saying that in a mean way, because, full disclosure, Stephanie, you can clear up. You're a very focused person at work, like very driven. And like I said, I don't even know when we like actually became friends. And I'm not saying that like we were always friendly, but it was just like, oh, but it's been like 10 years.
Yeah. Almost.
So when did you know you wanted to be a parent, or did you not? And the world just told you.
The idea had crossed my mind, and then the world just happened. It's like, all right, here it is.
So then you became a girl mom.
Yes.
What's it like being a mother to a little Spitfire like yourself?
Oh, it's rewarding. Karma's getting me for everything I dished to my parents. I could see it through their eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely I see her, I see me mirrored through her. And just, you just get those gut feelings and knowing like, okay, she definitely did this because I did this yesterday. I really need to be more careful with what I say.
Yeah. You're like, oh boy.
Like, oh no, this is my fault. Or oh, it's someone else's fault. Like, yeah, that's not okay.
I think one of the most interesting things that I've found is how much kids are sponges. And I know kids are sponges. You work with, but you're just like, when I tell you that, like, Heaven and Armani, my are so much like Patricia, it's insane. The stuff that they just pick up. I found a quote. It says, "There is no way to be a perfect mother, but a million ways to be a good one." I feel like you strive, and I've seen you drive 7 hours and not sleep and all this stuff and work. I think one time, at some point, you were working like, don't get me lying, 3 a.m. to like 10 a.m. or something ludicrous. Being a good, what's it like? People say, "Oh, Steph, you're a good mom."
I'll take it as the best compliment. You could strive for perfection, but you can't be perfect. Like you just can't. I'd be happy knowing I'm a good mom. I'm present. I'm doing what I can. I'm giving love and giving attention and imparting wisdom and right from wrong and kissing the boo-boos. Like I'd be very proud to be called a good mom. There is no perfect mom because nobody's perfect.
What's one of the things that you learned going from one kid, which is like, oh, I only want one kid, to 2 kids, and then having a boy and a girl, and having the girl be older? Because I think that does affect things.
Besides the oh shit moment, I'm in this again.
Yep.
Happy that it was a boy. Because they're so close in age, because my son will be 3 in November. It was nice having, yeah, I know. It was nice having a girl first. She definitely trying to act like mom to him. It's really cute to see. And I sometimes have to say, "Hey, I'm mommy, not you. He's your baby doll."
Only sometimes?
Sometimes, yeah. Lately, anyway, it's calmed down a lot.
See what Carol said? You are a great mom and give your babies all of your heart.
Thank you.
It's true though. You do. I mean, I've seen parents, and I've seen good parents and bad parents, and you do. If you could give more, I don't know how you could, but if you could give more, you would. And I don't know.
I would.
When does it stop? When do the kids start? I'm sorry. When does Stephanie start and the kids end?
Somewhere around 3 a.m.
Around 3 a.m. Yeah. How is it now that you're going through changes, and I'm not going to ask specific questions because we talk. I'm talking about what is it like going through changes, and kind of like pulling them along with the changes that you're going through.
It's stressful. Definitely keeping them first and foremost to make sure that they're not impacted negatively by change. Change has to happen, but doing it the healthiest and safest way for them is most important. I try to think about, the best way to handle certain things, the best way to say certain things, what's realistic, what's not, and how to say it because they're so little, and keeping emotions intact.
So huge. So we're gonna jump, like you can see, we're gonna jump around a little bit. What's it like working with kids as opposed to parenting kids? And I know the kids you work with are a little bit older, so it's different. But
it's nice to see, and nice and scary to see a glimpse of what is coming, what I could potentially be dealing with in a few years, but dealing with kids, mine or not, just connecting with them on a different level because they're at a different age. So having the opportunity to talk to a teenager or a preteen, or even, elementary kid, and then mine that are preschool, pre-K, and that could be all in a given day. So it's putting different caps on, but being able, I sometimes have to say the same information at different levels and just trying to get creative with it and getting the message across.
What do you think the one thing you struggle with the most as a parent is?
Time management.
I'm sorry.
Time management.
When they're young, it's hard. When they're young, it's really hard.
Yeah.
You have to be so present and they're like leeches. I'm sorry for parents that actually like their kids. They are. They take from you.
They do. They take.
Time management. Getting the places on time, getting the things on time, finding time for both of them.
Finding time to do more, engage their interests, do activities, signing them up for things, and balancing work and school and all that stuff with them. Bath time, dinner time, play time, seeing family members, going places, what spending time at home, going out, wherever. It's just washing their clothes. It's going food shopping. It's,
That, and being a single mom for all intents and purposes, how do you find the time to spend time with your daughter? What's your daughter's name?
Celine.
And with your son. What's your son's name?
Shane.
Mm-hmm. So Celine and Shane, how do you find time to be, girl mom for Celine and girl dad for Shane?
Sometimes it crosses over.
Oh, all the time. I'm sure it does all the time.
All the time. Whether it's getting, ready in the morning and just doing her hair, and he comes over and he just wants attention, or vice versa. So it's if I'm doing one with my daughter or doing something with my son, they both want to join in, whatever it is. So right now, I guess I have it a little easier than when they get a little bigger.
Because they want to be with you. What is one of your parenting goals with them for like the next? Well, we have 4 and almost 3, so we'll say as they approach like 10.
Oh my God.
10 no, because like 8, 9 is when teen issues start.
Yeah. I guess just developing a really like strong bond with them. Um, and trust.
Mm.
Um, because issues that we dealt with when we were kids, like that, it's just happening younger and younger. So as they, go to school, I just want them to be able to lean on me, confide in me, even if it's typical, not typical, or what may be the new typical 8, 9, 10-year-old problems. Maybe stuff I'm talking about now to my preteens and therapy.
Easy.
Hope not, but you never know down the line.
And what I've found, like working with teens and like, cause I like teenagers. I mean, I'll like 9, 10, 11, but I'll work with them. I find that things are coming so much faster for the kids nowadays. So much faster. I mean, how do you think? Excuse me, as a therapist, how do you think the pandemic affected the world, your clients, your practice?
The kids definitely it took a toll. For my clients, a lot of kids were affected socially. Half of them loved it actually, and they were terrified to go back to school. The other half, grades were affected. They missed their friends. It hurt them developing socially. They were held back, I guess, for certain things. Like it was really heartbreaking to hear, oh, we can't do this, oh, we can't do that because of the pandemic, because of the restrictions and doing sports and doing clubs and all these things. Now this year, I feel like it's more normal, even though some kids are grumbling about not having snow days, but it is what it is.
We don't have snow days.
Some schools are like, you're going to do remote learning, or so I'm being told.
Right. So you just had to do psychology, and you come out of psychology, you start at free and all that stuff, and we started around the same time. What did you find out about yourself as you transitioned from psychology mindset into the social work mindset? Because being a therapist is a little bit different than being a psychologist. So if you were going to balance, what would you say you found out different about yourself that you wanted to do as a therapist that psychology wasn't fulfilling?
I wanted to embrace my creativity a little more. Even now with doing telehealth, for a lot of the clients, like I can incorporate videos and games and certain online games and meditation and yoga. And I know you can do that in person too. But I feel like I have more freedom to be creative as a social worker versus a psychologist.
Yes, I agree. I feel like psychology is a little bit more rigid.
Yeah.
Not saying that in a bad way, but in like a truthful way. What do you find? Do you like? What's your preferred group to work with? Kids, teens, couples?
Right now, I'd say kids and teens. I'm not a big fan of working with couples.
You're not a big fan of working with couples?
No.
Oh, hey, is that Aqua Velvet?
It is.
Hello, Christopher Robert. Thank you for joining Everyday Experts. Your star today, Stephanie Levine. So, 10-year-old Stephanie, 20-year-old Stephanie, and you now, Stephanie, are at sitting down for dinner. What's the conversations like? What are you talking about? Who's chasing who down?
We're all chasing down the 10-year-old for sure.
What do you think the conversations would be like?
If there was still a lot of humidity, probably like, why did mommy cut my hair the way it is and why is it poof? For the 10-year-old, I can think of some bad yearbook pictures. Thanks. 20-year-olds, and the 10-year-old probably, what I want to be when you grow up. For me now, where are we going to go on vacation? I haven't had.
Oh, how hard is it? And that's a good question. How is it? And I like those answers because they're true. What is it like, planning vacations and carving out a single life for Stephanie?
I haven't done it yet. I have not attempted to take a vacation yet. That's definitely on my list. Things are ever changing. So when things stop or I have a moment to catch my breath, then I have to think about that. But I haven't yet.
We're gonna talk a little bit about the fun stuff, the dating stuff. You are single and being in this very different dating world. So when you come out of long-term relationships and you start dating, I feel like you see, especially how people date now, it's just all weird.
It is all weird.
It's weird for you, like the online stuff and Facebook. I go on Facebook Marketplace and it says meet single woman. So you're selling people on Facebook? You're selling dates on Facebook? What's your expectations as you go into this new world of dating?
They're scary. No.
They are.
I don't know. At the very least, to try to make a friend. It's been forever. It's been like forever.
Okay. Been forever since you've been on a date.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I found an amazing quote. Things to know before dating a single mom. I'm not looking for a father for my kid. I'm looking for a partner for me.
Accurate.
How is it? How are you going to sell that message? Because people are going to expect to, first of all, you don't meet the kids for a while.
No.
I got to like you first. Then I got to be able to tolerate you. And then I got to find out if I got to stab you. After all of that stuff's done, then, you kind of get to the point where it's like, okay. But how do you know? How do you know when you found a partner?
I don't know. I guess when you reach the point where you don't want to kill them, that you have the trust and that you're ready to introduce them to the kids. And that's and that's just a guess because I have not been blessed with that scenario yet. But just talking about it, it would have to be a long time and the trust would have to be there because those are my precious little, those are my babies. So introduce them to, total stranger to them and bringing somebody new in their life that, may remain, may not remain. It's a choice.
I feel like we're going to talk about this, and this is not a you specific question, but I believe you have the wherewithal to answer it. I will not battle for your attention. I am not the fighter. I am the prize. How many times do you find people battling against their partner or the proposed partner for their attention when the partner's attention is on themselves? I got tricky on you there.
One more time.
Okay. How many times do you find people battling with their partner for attention, but the partner's attention is on themselves? Self-motivated, selfishness. I forgot that, it's a team.
Oh, we forgot that you're in a relationship. Um, from a therapist perspective or from like being in a relationship perspective?
Yes, both.
Both. Okay. Um, it's easier to see it as a therapist to hear
Hmm.
someone else to, identifying like, okay, this person says all these things and me, like you can point out certain things by looking at me from the outside. Um, in a relationship, when you finally notice and someone, brings it to your attention, it may be too late. It may be like, oh shit, like, you might have to hear it from a friend. That partner may have to sit you down. If you're if you finally notice and it's not too late, then you got to try to fix it. Like, I guess when you start to miss important things or
Hmm.
start to notice social cues, like, oh, okay, we were in a similar situation the week before, but they didn't react the way I expected, or are you mad at me? Like, you start to pick up on things.
Hmm. That's a great answer. So, as you, again, like we said, are in the dating world now, a
Am
PYT,
I?
are you? That's a good question. Well, what do you think?
I think I'm standing in the doorway and ready to enter.
Mm-hmm. Now, if it was something educational, something for the kids, you would run. You would already be through the door.
Oh yeah.
But so, what's the disconnect, Miss Levine?
I have not met anyone. The opportunity hasn't presented itself. Life is complicated and trying to sort things out. And at this time, don't think I have worked it out to devote the time, effort to even try to pursue something. Not that there's anything to pursue, but need to figure a couple things out, carve out my me time so then I can give my me time to someone else.
Do you have me time? Do you know what me time is?
I had some me time today.
Good. Well, so what was it like? Because a lot of times, I saw a GIF and it said something like, "I love going on vacation without my kids, but then I want my kids to be there."
It's like you enjoy certain things that you can as an adult, but then it's like, oh, they'd really love this.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I had the chance to go to, and I'll just say it, Magic Kingdom, Disney World, I would enjoy certain things, but then it's like, oh, but I wouldn't want to enjoy it as a mom. Like, no, but I want to enjoy the fun, it's certain things.
Right. Carolyn Courts, congratulations for what? I'm trying to. I don't know what you're talking about.
On my me time.
Oh, okay.
That's my
Yeah,
guess.
I forgot you speak Carolyn. Me time's hard. And navigating me time is even harder. I know one of the things that was a struggle for me was when I was married and I got divorced, figuring out what to do with all of that time when the kids weren't there. And it's different when your time's filled with somebody and it's not filled anymore. Do you look forward to that?
Yeah. I have turned prior to certain things going on in my life. I didn't even think about carving out certain time to do certain things, like even if it was going to catch a Broadway show with my brother and sister, and that would be like a 2 times a year thing. Maybe like use my birthday as an excuse, and maybe like Christmas as an excuse. I'd feel guilty, even trying to carve out time to go see a movie. And even now, it's like, wait till the kids are in bed. Go catch the 10 or 11 o'clock showing when I'm half asleep anyway. But I don't want to wait till it's available on streaming. I actually want to go and do something. It's a big change from picking out concerts I wanted to go see or comedy shows, even when the kids were like babies and they could sleep anywhere. It's just the mom guilt that I, want to be home. The kids are in their bed because they could get up at any moment and are looking for me. But it was nice to have the time today, even just a few hours, to go walk around the mall, go take a walk in a park.
Mm.
And I saw other parents with their screaming kids, and I'm like, that's not me today.
You were like, yes.
Yes, so I didn't have the mommy guilt.
Okay. We'll take a break from those hard questions. Oh, one more hard question. What is the biggest misperception of Stephanie Levine? What do people think about you and they're like, oh, she's this or she's that? And you're just like, I'm not. Then I'll tell you what I thought.
I have a pretty good resting bitch face.
Don't you so do. Oh my God.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, you do. Because I mean, seeing you like laugh more and smile now, because again, like I said, it wasn't like, it was never, oh, okay, we're going to just start talking more and being friends. I think around when you had kids, I would say, right? Like probably between your first and your second, we started like being friendlier. And again, it wasn't not friendly. It wasn't anything like mean. It was just, oh, hey, because we had the luxury of having cases together. So we worked together a lot.
Yeah, I think we obviously communicated a lot when I was based in the houses and you were based in the program, in the day program. But then even, between first and second kid, I was in a different role and you were in a different role, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we got to work together in a different capacity.
Yep.
Through a pandemic.
Doozy of clients together. Oh, we have LB. We had Tony. We had a lot of woo.
We had some fun.
Yep.
And then teaching together.
Yes.
How do you open up a few too?
Because I think teaching is something that you like a lot, and it's another form of kind of like the therapist role.
Yeah.
How'd you get into teaching? How do you like teaching?
I got into teaching because of you. Yeah.
Really?
I didn't have a chance to teach till I switched to the second role. So I was always curious about it, nervous as hell every time I had to teach. But learning from you and even now, hey, okay, roll your eyes. But even just teaching a class last week, I'm like, you know what? I'm stealing this from McKinley. I'm a little teapot.
I do like teapot. That's fun.
Teapot, chicken wings. What else? I can't think right now. But little things that you'd say I impart on others, and when I'm recognized, you taught my skip class. Like that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had a lot of people panic thinking that switching to director, you're not going to teach anymore. I'm like, oh no, I'm still teaching. Don't worry. I have a little more freedom now.
I feel like when you influence people at the job, like when we kind of show them how things are supposed to be done, etc., I feel like that's a good role. And I feel like that's kind of like the crux of what we do as therapists. Like, you're not telling people how to live, but you're just having them like question and challenge. Well, are you doing things the way you really want to do it?
I think it's important to impart, what you've learned and do it in a professional way, and not trying to tell people what to do, but trying to give them a different perspective. Especially in like my previous two roles, and sometimes you come across people that think they know everything and they don't know. No, I've worked, here for X amount of years. I've had certain roles and I have certain credentials.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
When you're stupid, and you're still not you, they're still stupid.
But trying to get them to think of things in a different way, because I've had, different examples, different situations come up, even when we're teaching. Well, what if this, what if that? I'm like, okay, but I've dealt with this, dealt with that. What if you dealt with the certain situation that I went through? How would you handle it? So
So we're gonna change gears for a little bit. I was very intrigued to find out that you're a big horror movie fan and a big Marvel comic book person. Which Joker is your best Joker? And there's only one right answer. I'm just kidding. Which Joker is your favorite Joker?
favorite Joker is the Heath Ledger
Okay.
Joker.
Which one do you think is the best one?
Best one. Oh man, I haven't seen them all. I'm still going with Heath Ledger.
That's a great answer. You haven't seen the Joker movie?
I've seen the Joker movie. I didn't see Jack Nicholson Joker.
You haven't seen Batman '89? You should see it. You like it.
I probably will. I know one influenced the other, but
it's on HBO Max.
Okay.
Hey, good. I like it. Top 5 comic book movies.
Oh, good God. And it doesn't matter if it's Marvel or DC.
Mm-mm.
I don't have an order. I could just name 5, like, as I think of them.
Okay.
Dark Knight. Dark Knight.
Oh, okay. That's a good answer.
Let's see. Avengers.
Which one?
The last one.
Endgame?
Endgame was a big one. Spider-Man, No Way Home.
Okay.
Wonder Woman, obviously.
89?
No,
or the first
one. The first
okay.
one.
Second one's kind of bad.
Yeah, second one and the first one. Let's see. I don't know. Can't think of a fifth. Oh, maybe let's see. Black Panther.
What's the list? It's solid. Wonder Woman wouldn't be in my top 5, but besides that, it's a solid list.
Oh, you could mix it in Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it depends what you feel. If I'm feeling a particular way.
Did you see Thor yet?
Factor, huh?
Did you see Thor yet?
Love and Thunder, yeah.
What did you think? Oh, I like it, yeah. Yes, I like the deep side.
It wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. Just like Doctor Strange wasn't as good as I thought it was going to be. But I was entertained. For just pure entertainment, it worked. Too goofy, though. Missed the mark with having Christian Bale as the bad guy. Like, could have done a whole lot.
He was so good. Yes, Carolyn. We know Carolyn didn't like Love and Thunder.
That's why I waited till I could watch it on Disney Plus.
We all went and saw it, so it was fun. That was fun. It was. I don't want to say it was bad. I don't want to say I didn't like it. I thought it was really. It didn't fit to me.
Yeah.
It's like from the Island of Misfit Toys. It's just like, okay, then there's Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, no, they Ragnarok to that, like, yeah. I guess because maybe you don't have the whole the Loki angst anymore. Like, takes away from it. Dad's not there. Now they brought back Jane, and
yeah,
that was nice and all. But yeah. You didn't need the goofy. It was forced humor.
I agree. It's very Taika though. Do Do you have a top five? Do you have a favorite horror movie?
I like a good scare, so
Oh, so then nothing because
good nothing. I
nothing
don't like the
scary.
gore. I like the scare. Probably The Ring would be like, thanks.
Oh, I love The Ring. The original Ring. I like all of them. I like most horror movies. I don't like too much campy stuff, but the original Ring was so unique.
Yes.
And I love Samara. That's my girl. She coming over the shoulder. That's her coming over the shoulder.
Oh boy.
She's coming to say hi. I liked. Did you see Prey?
Did I see Prey?
The Predator, the new Predator one.
No.
You have.
I haven't watched horror movies in a while. Since I've been trying to keep it light. I'll watch like a good action movie, but I haven't watched.
Yeah, Prey's not scary. It's more action than anything.
Okay.
Check it out. It's on Hulu. Top 5 horror movies.
Top 5 horror movies. All right. So we said Ring. I probably can't even remember the names, but I guess Annabelle or any of those movies that. Huh?
Conjuring Universe.
The Conjuring Universe, yeah. And maybe even the Amityville Horror.
Ooh. The one with
I'm not picking one, just the fact that it's based on close by. It's like, all right. Went to go to the house after that when I went looking.
The house looks
I went looking.
2 more.
2 more. Oh man. Name some. I can't remember some.
Name some?
Name some. Let's see if I've seen them.
Friday the 13th series, Freddy, Halloween's. There's 8 million of them. Jeepers Creepers.
Jeepers Creepers. There.
Which one?
The first one.
You didn't like the second one? I thought the second one was better than the first one.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Ooh. Did you see the new one? Did you see the reboot on Netflix?
No.
I need you to watch a movie past like 2018. I need you to watch a horror movie past 2018.
You see, it's coinciding with my daughter was born in 2018. I've tried to avoid certain things.
Why?
I don't
know. So, we all went to see Halloween. Halloween Kills. That was it, right? Halloween Kills. And Heaven got really scared. And Patty got really scared. Patty doesn't like horror movies, though. So when Heaven doesn't listen, I'll play the Halloween music. For like the first couple of months after we saw it, I would play the Halloween music, and she would like listen. Yeah, I'm mean. I'm a bad dad. I'm okay with that. But I always liked Halloween. I always liked the Halloween franchise. I'm a big fan of Zombie-Ween, the Rob Zombie one. Not the second one, just the first one.
I have to check that out. I haven't seen it.
Oh, you would like that one.
Okay.
He has like a backstory, and they show him in the hospital and all that stuff. So that was good. Okay.
You got to send me like your best recommendation list so I can catch up.
To me, it's gonna be hard.
Well, I may not watch them all, but give me you need to see this, 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 and this.
Okay. We'll start with Prey.
Okay.
What other movies what's your favorite movie to watch in the movie theater? Kind of movies to watch in the movie theater?
Oh my God. Lately it's just if I go, it's the Marvel movies that I'm really itching to see. Or something that I know may, be a buzz at the Oscars. I know that sounds kind of weird, but like a genuine good movie. Whether it's supposed to be good. Yeah, that whether it's an original story or someone portraying historical, like a genuine good performance, not some sappy rom-com, not some Disney whatever. But like where you're gonna walk out of it like, wow, like I'm glad I took the time to go see this in the theater, pay a fortune, eat all the crap,
Yep.
but just to, take a break from the outside world.
So you like the experience of the movie and like just being entertained and getting lost in it.
Yeah, if it's good enough.
Favorite TV show?
Good Lord. Say that again.
Blacklist.
Blacklist is on there, and I am waiting to be able to watch the last season because it's still not available. Let's see. Sons of Anarchy's on there. My top 5, if I'm going to make a top 5. Breaking Bad is on there. I've been recently rewatching House.
House is good. I watched House a little bit.
And SVU is on my list.
SVU is good, but I think what I find is that a lot of it is so heavy all the time. And when you're dealing with heavy stuff all day, because, when you just take in heavy shit, it's just like sometimes you're just like, all right.
Yeah.
I want to watch something dumb. So I actually watched The Good Doctor. That was really good.
I have to watch that.
It's really good. I started Atypical. I didn't finish Atypical yet, but Atypical is pretty good. And working with the kids on the spectrum a lot. Atypical helps with that because I can, usually refer to that. And Good Doctor is good. Blacklist, of course. I haven't watched it. I'm in the season was it 7? I'm still in the middle of 7. Patty hasn't been watching it because she watches.
So I got past you already.
Yeah.
Waiting for, was it season 9 to fit?
Yeah. See, but what happens is I'm watching now. That's really good. Titans
on HBO Max.
Yeah,
that's a good one.
I'm on season 3, I think. I like how they kind of like did a younger Titans, like it's like Kid Superman and Kid Aqua, all of that stuff, which is cool. But then I like that they're not kids and they have like adult issues, and it's a pretty good show.
It is because all the portrayals I've seen are the cartoons, and it's just it's silly, but like, or even Gotham, like try to make it as normal as you can. Like, all right, let's believe this comic book superhero, whatever.
And I think that's hard to do on a TV show. It's hard to with a TV show's budget, where, of course, you can make them look real when you spend $300 million, and you really believe that's Iron Man and all that stuff. But if you got $20 million for a season, a season of episodes, it's harder. I like that it's gory. Did you like Peacemaker? Did you finish?
It did. It served its purpose when I needed to be entertained. Depending what mood I'm in. If I want to break from reality, it was Game of Thrones. Even now, checking out the new season. I know, but just like fantasy world. I know. Make the face.
No, I tried to watch Game of Thrones. I couldn't get into it, but I didn't start with season 1. I would have to probably watch it from the beginning to get into it. I didn't start watching Walking Dead till 2 years ago, I think.
And you know what? Up until they killed off a preferred character of mine, I'm just like, nah, I'm done. I stopped and quit.
I think those shows like that, like Supernatural, I don't know, Supernatural was like 16 or 17 seasons. It's just like every show has a life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think when you start to see repeating themes and ideas, it's like, all right, like Arrow was really good.
And they knew when to end it.
Then you get to season 7, it's just like, okay, now he's just fighting all the people he fought again. And you can only do that. So, I mean, how many times can Oliver and Deathstroke fight? And, this one and that, and now Deathstroke's this main villain in season, I think it's 2 or 3. It might be 2. In Titans, he's the main villain in season 2. Well, okay, but he was also the main villain in Arrow for 2 seasons. Then he was the main villain. Like, it's just like, all right.
But then it's nice to see the portrayal by different actors.
I like the guy who played it in Arrow.
I do, because I liked him from
Yeah.
Spartacus.
Interesting.
A lot of actors on there were from Spartacus. I was like, oh, I remember you.
I didn't know that.
Texas. Yes.
That's good to know. What other things do you do creatively? Do you draw? Do you sing? Do you write? Are you like a secret fighter? Any of this other stuff?
I know you want to take this to a certain topic. No, I'm not a secret fighter. No.
Nope.
Not a secret fighter. I draw, I sing.
You sing? I didn't know that.
Usually with the kids. Yes. I sing.
Are you going to sing for us?
No. I am not. But I used to, and I stopped because it hurt my hand. I used to do hand embroidery. I would draw out pictures. So I would do, my favorite ones were like doing anime characters.
Oh.
For former supervisor, like I want to say 10 years ago when Twilight was a thing, I found it was for her baby shower. I found all the characters were drawn out as a cartoon. So I did this whole giant hand embroidery, all the characters for her. Yeah.
Oh, so you just have to be good at everything, huh? Yeah, so you're annoying. You're annoying.
I'm sorry.
One more movie question. What's a movie you saw with the kids that you surprisingly liked a lot?
I haven't seen too many with the kids because they don't sit still, but I want to say How to Train Your Dragon, the last one.
Okay.
I cried a little.
Did you sing too?
I did. That's a popular one in my house. I really like that one.
How do you feel about Minions?
I love Minions. I did not. No, I had to make a choice of dealing with one or the other. So I dealt with the one that couldn't go. So what is it? I have 6 more days till I can watch it on streaming. I'm waiting.
The Rise of Gru was pretty good, but you know what I'm going to tell you, and this is not a spoiler, it's a Minion movie. It's just like every other, it's the same. It's like, I don't know how they take the concepts and they're just like, let's just churn them out and make boatloads of money. Sonic 2 was pretty good too. I never saw Sonic 1. But my son made us go and watch Sonic 2, it wasn't that bad. It was good. I liked it. It just was good as Knuckles.
Oh, how was Jim Carrey?
He was good. He's good in those series.
Okay.
What are you doing? You coming on the show? Come on. Come say hi.
Sonic, nice to meet you all. I'm from the Sonic movie too. I'm in real life.
Where's Tails?
He doesn't have Tails. He only has Sonic. He likes Sonic.
What?
Even though he's Shadow.
Shadow. No.
All right. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. Let me finish. Bye.
Bye. I'm gonna go get Tails.
Okay, you find Tails. Yeah, he's a Sonic head. That's interesting. If you could be a famous singer or a famous actor, which would you be?
Oh boy.
Armani, Miss Carolyn said hi.
And there's no way it could be both because people have crossed over.
One or the other. Hold on. Let me finish my question.
Maybe a singer because there's always the potential to broaden your horizons. I have not really seen actor go to singer, but I've seen singer go to actor. Singer because I have no acting skills whatsoever, so I'm leaning towards singing.
I don't believe that's completely accurate.
I did terribly in a 9th grade play.
So that's your litmus test, 9th grade plays?
Yes.
Okay. I'm glad you're giving yourself a wide range. So interestingly enough, moving forward, let's move back a little bit. to dating, what is something people have to understand about you? If there was anybody watching who was interested in Stephanie for a date, what's something they would have to watch about you, have to learn about you?
That, as we've been stressing, my kids are a priority. So to understand that I'm still learning how to navigate my time and whatever, but that being mom comes first.
It's true. Good answer. So, as we talk about education and your ever pursuing goals, you are currently have your LMSW.
Yes.
You are in the process of gathering your hours for your LCSW.
Yes.
What is that like? That very dawn. You now social work's different. You have 3 years. Is that what it is for?
Yeah, I have one more year left.
So you have 3 years to get 3,000 hours.
Something like that, or part-time. I think it's like 6 years. Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's crazy.
It is crazy. So trying to knock it out in the 3.
Of course you do.
For 3,000.
So, what is your LCSW? Now, what does that mean for you? The LCSW.
It means that I could obviously make more money, work less.
That's in theory.
I can supervise other people.
Ooh.
So giving back a little bit, and it's the next step in the social work ladder.
What's the step after that? Are you getting your R? Is that what it is? The R, right?
Yeah. I don't know too much about that. Listen.
No, I'm not. I don't know a lot about it either, because you can do it, but it's honestly people don't talk about it. Like,
no, and I feel like if you're just working, like you might as well just go for it. I mean, I'm doing working. I'm doing in the field. I'm being supervised. So why not I'm not doing anything more. I'm just taking advantage of, all right, I'm working in a clinic where I'm at full time. I'm have client contact, so it counts. So I'm just going to take what I can get to achieve that.
Well, okay. So when you walk away from free and say, I'm going to put all my eggs in my Stephanie basket.
When that's going to happen? If a great opportunity presents itself, I walk away from free.
So of your roles, which has been your favorite? BIS, QID. I know OD's new for you, but you've been residential before. So, have you been a supervisor?
A long time ago.
Okay.
Before BIS, that's what it was.
Oh, I didn't know that. What's your role? What role has been your favorite?
Favorite role was QI. I know it's the face. But I got to do everything. I wasn't stuck in residential. I missed writing behavior plans and stuff, but I enjoyed reviewing and reading other people's things. I liked being part of making certain decisions, being part of our human rights committee and whatnot, learning different things and interacting with other people that I didn't even know existed in the agency. But then it got to a point where it's like, okay, what now? Where you feel stuck. That's how I felt in the role before. Time for a change. Move up, move sideways, move diagonal. Just got to move.
I got it. So I asked Kathleen this question last week, and her and Carolyn passed out and died. If you were going to start your own agency, did you hear me ask this question?
No.
Okay, if you were going to start your own agency, who would you lean on as the first person you recruited?
Good Lord.
Now, Kathleen ran away from the question and said, I can't pick right now, and blah, 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 blah.
I wouldn't be able to pick just one person.
Who is the first person? Okay, fine.
Well, because you can't just start any. I mean, if I had that opportunity, I'd like want to have, my group, my people, a group of people I could trust. You got to start building a board, right? Like,
yeah.
So.
Okay, so all right. If you could have an unlimited board, who would you have on your board?
Probably my old QI Crow and my Lisa and you.
Okay, yeah. Okay, whatever.
People I trust.
Oh, Carolyn, she didn't say you.
Yes, she's included in that.
I know. I'm being a jerk. See, Carolyn, she answered the question. Kathleen, I don't know if you're there, but she answered the question. Thank you for answering it. Thank you for being brave. But if you were going to start your own agency, what do you think you would want? Who would you want to work with? What population? Would you want to be all encompassing?
If I started my own agency, I'd probably want to. I would probably want to make it to be a clinic. In terms of who to deal with, I mean, I know some people that work like cherry pick their clients. I'm not sure. I'm not strong with the substance abuse population, so maybe not that group, but other.
No.
Sure.
Okay. That's a good answer. Okay. We'll wrap up soon because I feel like you've been under the ringer. You got hard questions. You go on a date, right? You're on your first date. What are the 3 things you want to know about the person you're going on a date? I'm trying to help you guys out. Take notes. Go ahead.
Hopefully I'll have already known that they, are aware that I have kids.
I think everybody knows that you have kids. Okay, that's one, that they know you have kids. What are 2 other things?
And it can be anything.
This is you. What are the things you want to know?
That I want to know about them, or I want them to know about me?
That you want to know about them.
That I want to know about them. Okay. What they do for fun.
Ooh, okay.
Where they like to go on vacation. What are the possibilities?
Where are you going to take me on vacation?
Yes.
I love it. Okay. Are
we going to the Poconos, or are we going to the Bahamas?
Are we going to Australia?
Yes.
I would love to go to Australia. Now, do you want to have more kids? Have you thought about more kids? It's really a spring chicken, still young.
I don't know. Right now I'm content with my 2 because that's just the situation I'm in.
The further they get from 0, the less you're going to want to have kids.
If the opportunity presented itself, but hopefully not much like the last 2, it's like, okay, great. Like if I had the chance to plan it, maybe, if I found the right person. If not, I'm more than happy with the 2 I have. And then there's always adoption. So,
I don't want anybody else's kids. I don't want mine. You want kids? I have 2 for you.
I'm just saying if I wanted, like, there's ways to make that happen.
Oh, I know. Right. Interesting. What question? I forgot what I was going to ask you. As you move forward in life, do you want to get married?
The answer used to be yes.
That's fair.
Even though I wasn't, it felt like I was. And I feel like I'm going through a divorce. Yeah, I don't think the experience has been ruined for me.
Okay.
Yes, I guess, if I found the right person.
Okay. What is the best way to get your attention? I'm trying to help you. I hope somebody's there taking notes. What is the best way to get your attention?
I don't know.
You know why I'm asking these questions? Because I'm sure it's stuff you've never thought about.
No, it's stuff I've never thought about.
At all.
Mm-mm.
Here's a question.
No billboards and no writing in the sky. None of that stuff.
Oh boy. You're just a party pooper. So somebody comes up to you and says, I'm pregnant, advice for a new parent you would give.
Advice for a new parent. Well, I'd have to take in their state of mind, and if it was similar to my situation, are we saying like if it's a client, if it's a friend, coworker?
No, anybody. Somebody comes
Anybody.
up to you and says, hey, Steph, I have great news. I'm going to be a parent. What do you? I need some advice.
Depending on how well I know the person, and if I knew it was planned, unplanned, like, those are factors to consider. I would probably say congratulations, and if they weren't happy, be like, no, not congratulations. We need to talk, like, and we'll see where the conversation goes from there. I guess making sure that they're healthy and if they need help with certain things, that ask away.
Oh, you're very nice. Mr. Munoz, can you bring up Carolyn's question, please? Is there anything in particular specific that you want Celine to learn from you? Carolyn's asking
Thanks,
questions.
Carolyn. To be a strong, independent woman.
Goodbye. She's going to be that regardless.
I don't know. That it's okay to do whatever she, I mean, I went the path of going to school a lot, and I don't expect, her to follow in my footsteps, because if you ask her what she wants to be, dancer, doctor, cook, and now, thanks to my mom, she says social worker, like just throwing that in there. Just something.
What
if she did great, but just encourage her, like whatever she wants to do, school, no school, that will make it happen.
Hello, Mr. Castillo. Carolyn applauded your answer. So it's almost like this is fixed. That was a good answer, though. That was a perfect, and you are teaching her that, she said. It's fucking adorable. It is so adorable. What is one thing you have learned about yourself since you became a parent?
That certain things just aren't that important. That they were before. You got to let certain things go, like different experience from being home on maternity leave, let's say, versus like, now going back to work and back to life. So like cleaning the house, cleaning up toys. It's going to suck when trying to walk in the dark and trip over shit, but
oh, you know what the worst is? The
dishwasher. It'll be like
Legos.
household things.
Legos are the worst. Ugh.
I am avoiding buying little Legos as long as I can.
Oh, that's right. I'll get some for the kids. Don't worry. November's coming up. My little buddy, he'll have Joker Legos. Don't worry.
Oh boy.
I know. I'm a bad influence. A little girl comes up to you. Little 6-7-year-old, like a 15-year-old girl. Hey, Steph, you're so amazing. You're so inspiring. Blah blah blah. I look up to you. How do you feel?
I feel good. I feel like that's nice that I can make somebody feel that way. I'd probably inquire a little more as to like what made them feel that way.
Besides you being awesome?
Well, hopefully it's not you're a great mom. I want to be just like you at 15. You know what I mean? Hopefully not that.
Goodbye. Good night. Show's over.
But no, I'd want to talk about them more. Like, like, what do you want to achieve? What are your life goals? Stuff like that. How can I help?
The perpetual giver. Oh, you're like so nice. Like you really are nice.
I'm sorry. Should I do resting bitch face?
No, it's just super nice. Let's see. What else do we have for you? Let me look at my notes. Hold on, peeps. There's so many different ways we can go with Steph. If you wanted your son to learn something about strong women, what would you want him to learn?
Good question. Treat them with respect. But that he also deserves that respect, and that he has strong women in his family, strong influences. But that we can also learn from him.
Okay. We'll give you two more questions. The next to last question is so now this is Stephanie, 82 years old, retiring, did whatever. What's your goal for retirement?
What is my goal from retirement? To not be working still at 82, but
Well, you're retiring at 82.
Oh, good God. I hope I retire before 82. I guess to be somewhere nice, somewhere warm. That the career that I have, that whatever I've worked to achieve, that I feel good about it, that I don't have regrets, hopefully, that I have achieved, doctorate.
Yes, W, you'll get it. I'm not worried.
But that I can just finally like relax and, breathe.
Waiting to exhale.
Yes. At 82. Hopefully before then. No, I hope I'll have had the opportunity to do some more traveling with or without the kids.
Where you traveling to?
Maybe revisiting some spots. Australia. I haven't been since on my list.
I want to go to Australia so bad.
Go back around Europe, go to some places I haven't been, maybe some places in Asia. Hell, maybe some places in the US, because I think I've only been East Coast, West Coast, not really in the middle. So different places I haven't been, or spots that I haven't been since I was a kid and didn't really enjoy it as I would as an adult.
I always tell people that haven't not last year or the year before, Heaven's dad was stationed in Hawaii. So she went to Hawaii for 3 years straight. And she was like, it's so boring. All we do is like swim and go in the pool and going to the beach all day. And I was like, you little Anywho.
When we all be like, can we go? Can we go? Please?
Can we go? Can I hop in a plane? I'll take you. Yes, I'll be a good stepdad. What is the impact you want to have on Spanish culture via social work? Do you find it important?
I feel it's important because there's such a diverse group of,
everyone
people respecting certain cultures. Like I'm not fully familiar with certain South American cultures, or even certain words that I know because I speak Castilian Spanish, but certain, like even the way I speak, it may not translate to how different other dialects in South America. Sometimes I even struggle with thicker accents. So being able to develop my ear per se to speak with people. And at least now, like working with the undocumented, that just to help improve certain situations.
That's big goals. It's big goals. Which language do you speak first, Spanish or English? Or did you learn them at the same time?
I learned probably at the same time.
Here's a loaded question that's going to be hard for you. Are you a more effective therapist in Spanish or a more effective therapist in English?
I want to say probably English because I speak it more. But I do make quite a connection once the person realizes I can speak Spanish. It's like you see the visual change, even if I'm, speaking English to their kid, but once I speak to their parent, it's like, oh my God, you understand me? And it's blah, 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 blah.
That connection. Yep.
It's like the connection's there, and they've established like a safe connection. It's nice.
That's awesome. What do you think you connect with them better because if they speak Spanish and they find out you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay.
It means more to them, I feel.
Okay. What language would you want to learn?
What language would I want to learn? If I could, I'd probably say I've always had a mild interest in Japanese.
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome. Now, when I was not finishing school, when in my younger years, before my golden years, my pre-golden years, they have a lot of those emerged. I don't want to say emerged, and they have a lot of clinics that only speak, like the Roberto Clemente clinic, where they just speak Spanish. Would you just want to do something like that? It's a lot.
If I felt very secure in my fluent abilities, then yes. I would need to brush up on certain skills before, because it's one thing to have a conversation and then get technical, get clinical, and then writing it. It's a whole other thing.
It's hard.
It is hard.
So the last question I typically ask, I think you've heard before, is if you could be any superhero, supervillain, who would you be and why? But I have a caveat.
What's the caveat?
Well, you can tell me the superhero, supervillain first, and then you can tell me which superpower you would rather have if you could have just one power.
Oh my goodness. I don't know.
You don't know who you'd want to be?
If I picked superhero, I don't know. There's a lot.
Really?
Yeah. Well, all right. What would you pick for me?
You pick Wonder Woman.
Maybe.
You would clearly pick Wonder Woman.
I could portray her for Halloween. That's about it. Like,
no, you could. What? You could do Wonder Woman. You do a good Emma Frost. I know you don't have blonde hair, but Emma Frost.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of somebody else who. You do a good Jean Grey.
Ooh, I like that.
You'd be a good Jean Grey.
Okay.
I think you'd be a good Jean Grey. Trying to think who else.
Before she goes psychotic.
She doesn't have to go psychotic. You know how to control a Phoenix Force. I can't remember her name, Black Panther's girlfriend, Lupita, the one Lupita Nyong'o played.
Yeah, I don't remember her either.
I can't remember her name. She is awesome. I just can't remember her name. Wow. So what power would you want if you could just have one power?
Amongst those four?
No, any power.
Any power. I guess the ability to...
Yeah, I was thinking that, Matt.
Oh, Psylocke, yeah. Forgot Psylocke.
I could see that too.
Oh man. I guess good combat abilities.
That's perfect. Fighting, martial arts and stuff like that.
I can't. I'm afraid of heights, so flying would just be pointless.
All right. That was an hour and a half. Look at
Wow.
that. Right?
Yeah.
So I thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate it. While I do my closing, don't go. Don't log out.
Okay.
Thank you to Miss Levine for coming on and bestowing her knowledge and wisdom on us. We're going to have her come on. I think I'm going to do a mom's panel at some point, maybe the end of October.
Okay.
I have a bunch of moms that I have lined up. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
To hear different variations of parenting and of a mom, single moms, all this stuff. I think that'd be cool. I'll try to get Patty on that show. She's a mom too. She's great, but she's still a mom. Next week, I have John Lauderhan. I call him Jersey, one of my college teammates. I can't remember what he does because it all runs together, but he'll be fun. He's a silly guy. And I found a quote that resonated with me. A single mom tries when things are hard. She never gives up. She believes in her family. Even when things are tough, she knows that above all things, a mother's love is more than enough. Miss Levine, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Our amazing engineer, Matthew, Lisa Vega, Miss Quartz, Mr. Get Bent, my darling wife, Mr. Munoz, engineer extraordinaire, Carolyn Corditz. I don't know if Aqua Velvet's still there, but he was. Gregory, I thank you. And being Anomaly, Nano, Joker out.